Welcome back to Orage Technologies. Today, we are diving into a topic that's both fascinating and a little controversial. How hackers bypass antivirus detection. Did you know that nearly 60% of all malware attacks are successful because traditional antivirus software fails to detect them? That's a strategic number. So, if you have ever wondered how these hackers manage to stay one step ahead of antivirus programs, stick around. We are going to explore a powerful technique called threat injection that can make malicious payloads nearly invisible to security software. Let's get started. What is threat injection? To understand threat injection, we need to take a quick look at the Windows architecture and APIs. Basically, Windows APIs are the tools developers use to create actions on a Windows machine. For instance, when you save a file in Notepad, a specific function is called. But here's the catch. Many malicious programs exploit these same APIs to execute harmful actions. Threat injection changes the game. Instead of performing all steps of an action, it allows us to hook into a legitimate Windows function and redirect it to execute our payload. This way, we let Windows handle the heavy lifting while we slip through unnoticed. Sounds sneaky, right? Tools for threat injection. To pull off threat injection, we need the right tools. One of the best tools for monitoring API calls in real time is called API Monitor. This allows us to observe what functions are being called in a specific process. For our demonstration, we'll attach it to Notepad. Once we start monitoring, we can see a ton of API calls happening in the background. The key here is to choose a function that's called frequently, so we don't rely on users' interaction. For example, we can hook into the createFileW function, which is used whenever a file is saved. Crafting the shell code. Now, let's get into the meat of the operation, crafting our shell code. The shell code is the malicious code that will execute once we have successfully hooked the target function. We first create a custom shell code that will redirect the execution flow. Then, we'll compile our code and specify the process we want to hook into. In our case, it's the Notepad process. Once we run the code, we can observe if the hook was successful using the technique. Now, let's talk about how to use this technique. By using a tool like Metasploit, we can generate custom shell code tailored for our specific needs. This can allow us to set up a reverse shell that gives us access to the target system. We'll replace our existing shell code with the new one generated from Metasploit and run our command again. And voila, when we trigger the file, save action in Notepad will gain shell access, all while bypassing the antivirus software. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, this content is purely for educational purposes. Understanding these techniques can help you defend against them and improve your cybersecurity skills. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tech insights.